Hi everyone, it's Desiree. We are here with Spellbinders and we are going to combine two of the kits of the month for May. I really am enjoying, again, I know I've said it before, but I love the way that you can mix and match when it comes to these collections. But we're going to combine the Stencil and the 3D embossing folder. Who knew? Yeah. Love the tropical feel. The embossing folder is called Scattered Tropics, of course, and the stencil is called Tropical Spray. Now, what I did was I put a T in those upper corners. When you hold these together, you know, like you always line them up, you know, you tap them on your table, they lined up this way. But when I did that on the opposite side, instead of that top, or if I did it where the T is at the top, they went out of a line. So just to make sure that I knew which way they needed to go, I always put a mark. Now, that mark does go away because I do use alcohol to clean my stencils. It's quick rather than having, you know, a bucket next to me of water. And it goes away. I just always check my stencils before I use them again. Okay. The colors that we are using today are Perfection, Cheeky, and Watermelon. These are the Simon Says Positively inks. And I'm just pulling in some Post-its because you can see the stencil, we're making a 5x7 card. And the top and the bottom are only going to have the stencil part. So this is a 2-layer stencil of these beautiful flourishes. I'm also seeing something else here, you know, being a Zentangle. This is Flux. I'm going to call that Flux. Absolutely. It's a tangle. So I'm putting down the watermelon. And then once the watermelon's in, I'm going to be coming in with Perfection. And it's kind of it's a green. So kind of strange to put this green and this red together. But what I'm doing is I put down the watermelon first and I'm removing the stencil. I'm letting that watermelon kind of get into the paper first. And then I'm going to come in with the Cheeky, which is like a peachy color. Peachy pink. We'll go with that. And do the same thing. When you have a layering die and you want to add another color, now if it's within the same color family, you know, you want that to blend, you know, so you're okay if you go in with the light and then come in with the dark. It's not a problem. But when you're adding a different color, you know, again, you know, pinky, reddish, you know, we've got that type of family, and a green, well, that could create mud and create brown. But by letting the inks dry just a little bit, it's not as bad, and you'll see that. So I'm going to put this stencil back on top now, and now I'm going to clean this off. No, not with alcohol ink, or yeah, alcohol liquid. I'm just going to wipe that away. And then now I'm going to come in with the green. So this is a very limey green, good yellow base to it. And just coming in down at the points. I'm not going to work this too much. Just want to get that green down there, just get a hint of it, and we'll have that variation, that variegated green to this pink, green to this peachy pink. And I think it's just a little different. Instead of just keeping them one solid or coming in with a darker shade of that color or adding more of that same ink to one area to make it a little darker. Again, it's just a little bit different when it comes to the image. Now we're going to do the same thing with the lighter color. So we're going to come in, and again, don't keep working it. If you keep rubbing or blending that green on top of these colors, you will get a brown. You absolutely will get a brown. It won't stay the green shade that I'm looking for. It looks more so brown in some cases on the darker shade of pink, the watermelon that I used, than on the lighter shade. But I really like the effect. I think it's different. I'm always liking to test out, the different shades that you can get with the colors. Now that we have this on our panel, and this panel is cut to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, we are going to run this through our Platinum 6 with the embossing folder. So I apologize, the camera's shaking. But just to show you, I do run it back and forth, and I use the platform system that Spellbinders calls for. So you have this terrific image that's embossed throughout it, and then you have these colors sitting on top of that. If you add water, because like if this was like 110 pound, you want to just add a spritz of water, you want to do that to the back. You remember your dye inks are water reactive, but that would have looked cool too, to get the water splatters. I matted this onto a bright green background that is cut to 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. So we have a little bit of the green and a little bit of the 5x7 card base as well. Grabbed a sentiment from my stash for birthday wishes. It's from the one of their Better Press collections, and that is our card. Really like it, kind of different. I like the way you've got these two different tonal images going on there. So have fun with your stencils and your 3D embossing folders. You can get some neat results. Hope you enjoyed today's project featuring the stencil and the 3D embossing kits of the month for May by Spellbinders. I'll have everything linked down below if you wanted to check those out. And if you have any questions, please make sure you leave those down below as well, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and make sure you ring the bell so that you know when the next video is ready for you to watch. Thank you so much, whether you're a subscriber or whether you just stopped by because you were curious. I truly am grateful and appreciate it. Remember, enjoy the process of creating your art. And when you're creating your art, don't get frustrated and no stress. And I keep saying this, and I will continue to say it. Just have fun. This is therapeutic, and it should be relaxing. But most of all, guys, always remember what's most important. Always be creative in every single thing that you do every day. And I will talk to you in the next one. Till then, take care.